Hello, welcome to Ian's Bricks. I'm Ian and today I'm going to be unboxing and building and reviewing this set here, which is the Lego Porsche 911. This set was released in February of 2021. It comes with 1,458 pieces and is part of the adults only 18 plus range that Lego seem to do these days. If I just sort of show you briefly what the box looks like, it's quite a thick box, quite a big box there. So I have pictures of the vehicle on the side. On the back here, it sort of shows you on this side here that there are actually two versions of the vehicle that you can buy, which is the Targa and the Turbo. So I'll be building one of them to start with, and probably do another review of the other model at a later time. But I think this looks really good. I'm really looking forward to building this. So without any more hesitation, let's get this thing open. So first things first, I've noticed that there are thumbtacks on the back of this box. I am not a lover of thumbtacks, especially on larger sets. So hopefully I can get this open without making too much of a mess. So that's not too bad, so let's have a look and see what we have inside. Ooh. Right, I think that's everything, all empty. So quite a few bags. Now we have the book. That's a rather nice book there, and there's the two different versions of the vehicle that you can do on the back. So let's get these bags sorted and see what we actually have. So as you can see here, we have 10 different numbered bags. There are actually 12 bags altogether. Bags 1 through to 4, a reasonable size. You have 2 bags for bag or section 5, 6, 7, 8 there, and then we have 9 and 10, and then we have an extra bag which contains the wheels and a couple of the windshields. Quite a decent amount of Lego there. Let's have a look at the instruction booklet. So it's a really nice booklet here. I like the way that they've done that. They've obviously got the Porsche logo on the back. The booklet is a total of 268 pages. It's 266 there. So there's an interesting section here. It explains all about the vehicle itself. A couple of different versions of the vehicle. This is all in English and in German by the look of it. Obviously for the European market. How to use a brick separator, and here is how the vehicle is made up. So sections 1 to 7 go up the main body, and then you have the two different builds. Bags 8 and bags 9 go up to build this version here, and bags 8 and bag 10 go together to build this version here. So very similar. It's just sort of the top pieces really, and a few bits at the back which are slightly different. So there we go. So let's have a look at the back of the book, see what we've got there. I'm assuming it tells you, oh okay, so what it does is 56, 57, 59, there must be a start there. So this bit tells you how to build that. Oh, there we go, and then they've got the other version of the vehicle here, and it sort of tells you how to build it from there. Okay. And go right to the back. That's the final model there, and then it's got the piece count on the right hand side. Quite a lot of different pieces there, and that's it. So let's get this thing built and see what it looks like. So here we have the completed model, and I have to say I've really enjoyed building this, as I'm not normally into vehicles and cars, and particularly I'm not into Porsches as real vehicles, but as a Lego build I think this was really good. There's very detailed parts of it. A couple of little pieces were quite tricky to put together, but generally it wasn't too bad. And as you can see, the finished product looks absolutely spot on. It really is fantastic. So I'll just let's get into it a bit more detail and show you around the vehicle and what it looks like. So this is the turbo version of the vehicle. You can actually build two different types of vehicles. So as you can see here on the instructions, you've got that's the Targa version there, which is a slightly different, obviously, roof section, a few bits and bobs that are different. But I built this one here, and really was good. I really enjoyed it. I think what I quite like is just how the whole thing looks, really. I mean, it really does look like a Porsche 911. Sort of the scale of everything seems to work really well. I mean, things I particularly like, I like the doors, how they've got this sort of angle here on the door. I think that looks fabulous. I mean, there's a little bit of a gap there, but it's hardly noticeable at all. Inside, you've even got some detail in here on the door, although there's a little bit of a gap there. The seats, they move forward as well. You've got, if I can just sort of show you, the steering wheel does move, and the tyres move as well, which is really impressive how that went together. Showing you around the side here, just a nice sort of finishing on the sort of the tyres, and the wheel of the rims is really good. You've got a back window here, you've got a boot or a trunk which does go up here, and you can probably see the insides of the motor. One thing that was really tricky, and you can hardly see it from here, I'm hoping you can, but there's a tube that sort of goes up from there up to there. It's kind of buried behind everything now, and you can't really see it. Let me see if I can take that out. There you go, you can see it a little bit better now when I take that out. This tube here, it was a real pain to get on, but yeah, it was really tricky to get on, so I'm hoping that'll go back in now, sort of. Anyway, there we go. One thing that is really good about this whole set, there is not a single sticker. I'm really over the moon with that. I mean, as much as I know stickers add detail, I do prefer not to put stickers on. So this Porsche here, that is printed. This is the German license plate. You get 3 different versions of license plates. I'll show the others later. And you get this little turbo sign here on the back. There was a few other bits and bobs as well, which were printed. There's a little print here on the side window just to give it a little bit of extra definition. Again, you can see how the car looks on that side, it's pretty much the same. I mean, you've even got details here of the wing mirrors. That's very clever how they put that together on the side build. And I think probably the best sticker of all, or sort of best non-sticker, the best printed piece is this piece here, and the on the front of the vehicle with the actual Porsche logo. And it's pretty spot on there. If I can sort of zoom in and show you how that actually looks. That's a really nice little touch they've done. You've got another license plate on the front there. And again, just how the whole sort of the headlights, these slightly angled. It's very clever how they do a lot of the angles on this. A lot of things sort of clip into place. But yeah, very sort of impressed with how it looks. What I will show you as well is you can get into the bonnet. It's lifted up, you've got a little bit of colour difference there, but it's a nice flat surface here. I think this lends itself more to the other model that you can build, where you can actually put the roof section in there, but that goes down really well. And I'll just take off the roof as well to show you inside and see what that looks like as best I can. So you can detach the roof all in one go. I did it off camera just because these little pieces here that it clips onto do tend to come off, and just sort of show you inside the vehicle. As you've seen, that door comes all the way forward, and you've got the chair that lifts up, and there are a couple of seats in the back there. I think you'd have to be pretty small to fit in there, but as most people know, if you've ever been in the back of a Porsche, it's not a lot of room there. This is quite nice detailing on the front here. You have the steering wheel, which as I've shown before does move and does rotate the wheels. You've got a little gear stick lever knob there. You've even got a handbrake, just about comes up there. You can see that, and then this is a printed dial on the front here. I also like the way they've done this sort of brown sort of colour that these vehicles would have had probably when they built them first in the 1970s. I think this is from 1974, is it originally? Something like that. So this sort of awful, I mean, I don't like this colour particularly, but it does sort of fit in well with the sort of overall style of the vehicle. And I think that's about it. Or we'll show you the underneath as well, just to show you what that looks like. Obviously you get lots of different colours within Lego. Just lots of sort of building techniques and stuff going on here. You've obviously, to show you how the wheels work, you can't really see it because most of the workings are sort of down there underneath, but very clever how that works. But yeah, it's quite a lot of different bright colours that they use, but once you get the vehicle on there, you can't really see any of the different colours poking through. A couple of nice little touches that I liked is they had these clear side pieces here, which are sort of put on their side for the indicator section. Not that most Porsche drivers ever use their indicators. On the back, you've kind of got the printed piece as well. I forgot to mention these two little 2x1 clear tiles, but they've got like 3/4 of the way length. They've got it printed red, and again, just a nice little touch to sort of add that sort of little bit of detail into the vehicle as well. And you've got a little exhaust pipe as well there. Okay, so overall I think this is a really good build. In the UK this is priced at £120, which I think it's worth it. Obviously you're paying for the Porsche name and the Porsche logo, but I think it really is worth its value. Here we have all of the extra pieces that are in the set. As you can see, there are actually two different license plates as well, which would go on the back of the vehicle. You have a New York one there, and you also have a Japanese one there. So no UK one for me this time, but I'm happy with those. And generally, just sort of very small pieces there. There's one printed tile as well. But of course, what you do get is to build the other version, the Targa, you get a whole other bag of Lego here, which is unopened at the moment. I will open this eventually when I get round to building that. You have some different wheel trims, you have some of the clear plastic pieces that go on the sort of the back section as well. So yeah, it's quite interesting that you get an extra whole bag of stuff as well, which you don't actually use for this particular version. Here I've got a comparison of the old mini set that Lego did a couple of years ago against the Porsche. As you can see, the Porsche is a lot bigger. It's quite interesting because they're both very nice builds. You can see the width of them, I think, is pretty much the same width, although maybe slightly wider the Porsche, maybe a couple wider perhaps. Let's just have a look at that. I can't quite get to grips. There we are. Yeah, or maybe just a couple of bricks wider. What was always interesting with the Mini is, as you can see inside here, it's had a really large steering wheel which you can't get your legs under. It's always a little bit weird, but they have used a probably more traditional size steering wheel for the Porsche, which I think probably, I don't know, maybe looks a little bit small actually. Anyway, maybe they don't have one that goes in between the two. Maybe they need a slightly different size, but yeah, the difference in the steering wheels is massive. But yeah, size-wise, I think they look quite good together, as a lot of these cars actually do. So this is the Speed Champion version here. So this is something I bought with a recent haul here. These are priced about £12 in the UK, £13 I think. But side by side, I think they look quite interesting together. You can see that obviously, whilst they do a good job at sort of making this look like a Porsche, it's obviously limited with the sizes and the how it sort of can fit everything together, and there's a lot of stickers on this as well. So I think you can see that, as well as being a much larger model, this is so much more detail and so much more interesting model, I think, than the small Speed Champion. And that's got its place. I think that is quite cute anyway. But certainly the bigger model, if you can bother spending an extra £107, it's certainly worth getting this one. Anyway, they're my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and comment if you haven't done already. Really do like people when they comment on on some of my videos. It gives me a chance to sort of reply as well if I can. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, thank you very much for watching, and do take care.